Aragonite. I actually just picked this up today. I found myself at the crystal store today, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get a crystal, but I made my way over to the selection of crystals and gems, and first I had my eye on a piece of carnelian. But without explanation, I found myself at this piece of Aragonite. I thought it was very, very interesting, just the way that it looked. It's a bunch of clusters all put together. I like the color. I immediately thought of Sacral and root chakra, which this is connected to. I brought out these sound bowls, this being the root chakra and this being for the sacral. But this is a stone of grounding, centering, of self-acceptance, self-love, safety within self, safety, trust within self, trust within the universe, trust within. Something higher, bigger than you. I wanted to pull a card from the Jungian Tarot. In reference to this Aragonite crystal. What message is trying to come through at this moment in regards to this crystal? We know that this crystal is about safety and grounding, centering. It's very connected to the earth. It looks like the hermit. Okay, so the short description of this card is it's the Hermit in reverse. It's tied to Virgo. Archetype of the wise old man, divine inspiration, light shed on a dark and dangerous path, discrimination, guidance, honesty and thoughtfulness, industriousness and contemplation, high ideas which are grounded in the real world, arbitration, reason chosen over force. I would like to read from here. Where is it? Right here. From the extended description. The Hermit, the grandfather as teacher. The Hermit is at the edge of the desert, which symbolizes a transition between conscious and unconscious, between darkness and the light of self-awareness. In his right hand he carries a lamp which he will show the way across this terrible desert, a pilgrimage aptly described by St. John of the Cross as a dark night of the soul. In his left hand he holds a staff set afire by a bolt of lightning from above. This is the magical staff of Moses, who led his people across the desert and out of bondage. So the Hermit is teacher and guide of souls, in which role he must be differentiated from the Hierophant and from the Charioteer. The Hierophant also teaches, but the law which he expounds is untrue, it obscures truth. The Charioteer is another who assists in the development of self-knowledge, but he is the protector rather than guide or teacher. What must be kept in mind is that Hierophant, Charioteer, and Hermit are all aspects of the Father, who, Toto, is the Emperor. Here is the wise old man archetype, the guide teacher, aspect of the Father which appears often in folk tales, such as the Arthurian legend in which he is Merlin. There is among the most ubiquitous of archetypes one which fills a psychological need for most people. The Hermit is a comforting figure who encourages us onward despite the odds, who lifts us gently when we occasionally fall, and who most of all knows what we do not. Here a point must be restated about the father and mother and their relationship to the son, emerging self-consciousness of a man or of a woman. The father forgives, the mother does not. The real importance of this is a principle which will be understood through long experience of conversation with the archetypes. As with all archetypes, the wise old man has both a positive and a negative aspect. He is our personal Moses, the thaumaturge, who turns his staff into a serpent, or who parts the Red Sea and leads his flock to the promised land of light. But he can also be the evil sorcerer, a vicious and cruel hermit of the rocks who delights in leading us astray and into danger.